Hi everyone! Welcome to Paano Matuto Mag-English 101. In this video, I'll teach you 10 basic grammar rules in a simple and easy to read way. I'll also give you examples and mini quizzes for each rule so you can practice using commas correctly. So, let's get started. Before we begin, take a look at these two sentences. Observe that the comma is placed differently in each sentence. In the first sentence, the comma is placed inside the quotation marks, while in the second sentence, it's placed outside the quotation marks. Don't worry, we'll find out why this happens later in the lesson. And also look at these two different date formats. As you can see, the first format doesn't have a comma, while the second one uses a comma before the year. They look a bit different, right? Do you think one of them is wrong or are both correct? Keep watching. We'll explain this in detail later. By the end of this lesson, you will learn when and where to use commas so your writing becomes clear and easy to read. You will also learn how to use commas correctly in different situations, like in lists, dates, quotes, introductions, addresses, and more. And finally, you will get to practice checking and correcting sentences with missing commas to make your writing sound more natural and professional. The correct use of commas is very important because it helps your writing sound clear, smooth, and professional. Whether you're writing an essay, sending an email, or preparing for exams like the IELTS, TOEFL, or civil service. Here are the 10 basic grammar rules we'll learn today. Series of items, independent clauses with linking words, dependent before independent clause, extra information or adjective clauses, quotations or direct quotes, introductions, city and state or country, dates, transition words, and direct address. Rule 1 is about using commas in a series of items, and this includes what we call the Oxford comma. We use commas to separate items in a list of three or more. The last comma before "and" is called the Oxford comma. For example, I bought apples, bananas, strawberries, and oranges. Imagine that you went to the market and bought four things. When you list three or more things, make sure to put commas between each item. Remember, always add the word "and" before the last item in a list. But if there are only two items in the list, there's no need to use commas. Just use the word "and." For example, I bought apples and bananas. So there's no need to use commas in this case. Next, the box contained books, pens, and papers. Here, the list has three items: books, pens, and papers. That's why we use commas to separate each item in the list. Next, she speaks English, Korean, and Japanese. Again, this sentence has three items in a list: English, Korean, and Japanese. We place commas between each item, and the Oxford comma appears before the word "and." It prevents confusion and clearly separates each item or separates each language in the list. Bear in mind, use commas to separate three or more items in a series and always add the word "and" before the last item in a list. If there are only two items, no comma is needed. Just use the word "and." So let's test what you've learned. For your mini quiz, use commas to separate items in a list. She likes dogs, cats, and rabbits. Next, we went hiking, swimming, and camping. Next, I saw lions, tigers, and bears at the zoo. So, pause the video now. Think about your answers. You can write your answers down if you want. Did you get them all right? She likes dogs, cats, birds, and rabbits. Next, we went hiking, swimming, and camping. And finally, I saw lions, tigers, and bears at the zoo. Notice that the phrase at the zoo isn't part of the list. It's just part of the sentence. Okay, notice how each item in the list is separated by a comma. And don't forget the Oxford comma before end. Now, let's move on to rule number 2. Independent clauses with linking words using fanboys. When you have two complete sentences or two independent clauses, you can join them using the linking words fanboys. Do you know what fanboy stands for? It's an easy way to remember these conjunctions: for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. Fanboys are what we call coordinating conjunctions. We use them to connect two independent clauses, meaning two complete thoughts, and turn them into one complete sentence. Let's take a look at these two independent clauses. Independent clause number 1, Cindy wanted to buy a necklace. And independent clause number 2, she didn't have any money. Each clause can stand alone as a sentence, but if we want to combine them to show a relationship between the two ideas, we can use a coordinating conjunction. The word but, one of the fanboys, shows contrast. It tells us that the second idea is opposite to the first. So when we connect them, we get Cindy wanted to buy a necklace, but she didn't have any money. Now, both ideas are joined into one smooth sentence that shows contrast. To continue, let's first learn the difference between independent and dependent clauses so we won't get confused and understand them better. An independent clause is a complete sentence that makes full sense on its own. It has a subject and a verb, and it can stand alone without needing another clause. For example, I went to the market. So, an independent clause has a subject and a verb and expresses a complete thought. A dependent clause, on the other hand, also has a subject and a verb, but it doesn't express a complete idea on its own. For example, if it rains tomorrow, this thought is incomplete even though it has a subject and a verb. A dependent clause needs to be connected to an independent clause to make the sentence complete and clear. For example, if it rains tomorrow, then you can add another independent clause. The picnic will be cancelled. So if it rains tomorrow, the picnic will be cancelled. Remember, use a comma before coordinating conjunctions when joining two independent clauses. Okay, so in sentence number 1, I was watching a movie, but I fell asleep before it ended. A comma is placed before but to link two independent clauses. As you notice, both parts have their own subject and verb and expresses a complete thought. For sentence number 2, if the second clause doesn't have its own subject, it's dependent. So you can omit the comma. For example, I was watching a movie but fell asleep before it ended. In this case, both sentences are correct. Remember, for longer sentences with two independent clauses, include commas, especially when using for, and, nor, but, or, yet, or so. For example, Mark was very hungry, so he cooked dinner right away. Here we have two independent clauses. For our independent clause number 1, Mark was very hungry. Independent clause number 2, he cooked dinner right away. We use a comma before the conjunction so to join the two independent clauses. So, Mark was very hungry, so he cooked dinner right away. More examples, Jenny stayed home, for it was raining heavily. Next, you can join us, or you can stay home. Next, my boyfriend didn't call me, nor did he even send a message. For this mini quiz, add the comma where needed in the following sentences. All you have to do is just stop the video for a moment and add the comma where needed in the following sentences. I like candy but I don't eat it often. Next, we can watch TV or we can play games. Next, she was sick and she stayed home. Next, I was cooking dinner but forgot to turn off the stove. Next, I was cooking dinner but I forgot to turn off the stove. These are the correct answers. I like chocolate, but I don't eat it often. So here, we use a comma before the conjunction but. Next, we can watch TV, comma, or we can play games. Next, she was sick, comma, and she stayed home. For sentence number 4, I was cooking dinner but forgot to turn off the stove. This sentence has no comma because the second clause, forgot to turn off the stove, doesn't have its own subject. Since it's dependent, the comma can be omitted. Next, I was cooking dinner, comma, but I forgot to turn off the stove. Notice that the comma comes before the conjunction. Now, let's talk about Rule 3, dependent before independent clause. When a dependent clause begins a sentence, place a comma before the independent clause. For example, because it was raining, comma, we stayed inside. Because it was raining is a dependent clause. It's an incomplete thought and cannot stand alone. We stayed inside is an independent clause. It expresses a complete idea. The comma separates these two parts and makes the sentence clearer and easier to read. Note, when the dependent clause comes first, always add a comma before the independent clause. Because it was raining, we stayed inside. This is wrong because if you don't add a comma, the sentence looks confusing. Because it was raining, comma, we stayed inside. This is correct. The comma shows a natural pause and helps your sentence sound clearer. Remember, if the dependent clause comes first, put a comma before the independent clause. For examples, when I arrived, comma, the class had already started. Next, while I was studying, comma, my friend called me. Next, before she sleeps, comma, she reads a book. Now let's see the opposite case. When the independent clause comes first. In this situation, you usually don't need a comma. For example, we stayed inside because it was raining. In this sentence, the independent clause comes first. We stayed inside, followed by the dependent clause because it was raining. Since the independent clause comes first, there's no comma needed. Remember, a comma is only needed when the dependent clause comes first. For your mini quiz, add a comma where needed in the sentences below. Pause the video and think about your answers. Then, play the video again to check if you got them right. Remember, if the dependent clause comes first, put a comma before the independent clause. But if the independent clause comes first, usually no comma is needed before the dependent clause. Here are the correct answers. If you don't study comma, you will fail. Next, although I was nervous, comma, I still passed the interview. Next, after dinner, comma, we watch a movie. In sentence 4, I like to watch TV before I go to sleep. No comma is needed because the dependent clause before I go to sleep comes at the end. After the independent clause, I like to watch TV. Rule 4. Extra information or adjective clauses. This will be part 2 of our lesson on comma rules. The video is getting quite long, so stay tuned for the next part to complete your understanding of the proper rules for using commas. Once I finish part 2 of this video, I'll add the link in the description below.